The United States Constitution is clear: the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. This foundational principle is meant to ensure that citizens can protect themselves and their loved ones. Yet, for law-abiding citizens, navigating the various and often contradictory gun laws across states has become a confusing and potentially dangerous minefield. Each state has its own set of rules and regulations, making it difficult for gun owners to stay compliant. This patchwork of regulations creates an unnecessary burden on responsible gun owners and undermines the fundamental right to self-defense. The complexity of these laws can deter even the most diligent individuals from exercising their rights. Concealed carry permits designed to ensure responsible gun ownership should be recognized nationwide, just like driver's licenses. A standardized system would simplify the process and provide clarity for all. The current system, where concealed carry reciprocity is left to individual state agreements, is riddled with inconsistencies. These inconsistencies can lead to confusion and unintentional violations of the law. What is considered legal and acceptable behavior in one state could lead to criminal charges in another, even with proper permits. This disparity in laws can result in severe consequences for those who are simply trying to follow the rules. This creates a climate of uncertainty and fear for law-abiding citizens who wish to exercise their Second Amendment rights while traveling across state lines. The fear of unknowingly breaking the law can be a significant deterrent. This confusing patchwork of laws is not only impractical but also potentially dangerous. It places an undue burden on individuals who are simply trying to exercise their constitutional rights. Responsible citizens, unaware of the specific regulations of every state they visit, risk inadvertently becoming criminals simply by crossing state lines. The lack of a unified standard makes it nearly impossible to stay informed about every state's laws. This can have life-altering consequences, turning otherwise law-abiding citizens into criminals overnight, facing hefty fines, jail time, and the loss of their Second Amendment rights. The repercussions can be devastating, affecting their personal and professional lives. The need for a unified, national standard for concealed carry reciprocity is clear. Such a standard would protect the rights of gun owners and provide consistency across state lines. The Second Amendment does not stop at state borders, and neither should the rights it protects. A national standard would honor the spirit of the Constitution and ensure that all citizens can exercise their rights without fear or confusion. Reverend Richard Hudson's Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act of 2025, H.R. 38, offers a much-needed solution to this pressing issue. This legislation is designed to address the inconsistencies and challenges faced by concealed carry permit holders as they travel across state lines. This bill, if passed, would establish a national standard for concealed carry permits, ensuring that a permit issued in one state is recognized in all others. This means that individuals who have undergone the necessary background checks and training to obtain a permit in their home state would not have to worry about differing laws in other states. This would eliminate the current confusion and potential for legal troubles faced by law-abiding citizens who choose to exercise their Second Amendment rights. Currently, the patchwork of state laws can be a minefield for travelers, leading to unintended legal consequences for those simply trying to protect themselves and their families. The beauty of H.R. 38 lies in its simplicity and adherence to the principles of the Constitution. It respects the foundational rights enshrined in the Second Amendment while providing a clear and consistent framework for concealed carry across the nation. It does not create new laws or infringe on states' rights to regulate firearms within their borders. Each state retains the authority to set its own standards for issuing permits, but those permits would be recognized nationwide. Instead, it simply ensures that a right secured in one state is respected in all others. This reciprocity is akin to the way driver's licenses are treated, promoting a sense of unity and mutual respect among the states. Just as a driver's license issued in Texas is valid in California, so too should a concealed carry permit. This analogy highlights the practicality and fairness of the proposed legislation. This legislation recognizes that the right to self-defense does not end at a state line. It acknowledges the reality that threats to personal safety can occur anywhere, and individuals should be able to protect themselves regardless of their location. Americans travel freely throughout their country for work, leisure, and family. Whether they are on a business trip, vacation, or visiting loved ones, they should have the confidence that their right to self-defense is upheld. They should be able to do so without fear of running afoul of complex and often contradictory gun laws. The current system can be a source of stress and confusion, deterring responsible gun owners from traveling with their firearms. H.R. 38 provides peace of mind and legal protection for responsible gun owners while upholding the fundamental principles of the Second Amendment. It ensures that those who follow the law are not unfairly penalized due to the varying regulations of different states. By creating a national standard for concealed carry permits, H.R. 38 removes the ambiguity and potential for legal pitfalls that currently plague responsible gun owners. This clarity is crucial for maintaining the trust and confidence of the public in the legal system. It fosters a climate of respect for the Second Amendment and ensures that law-abiding citizens can exercise their right to self-defense without undue burden or fear of prosecution. This legislation is a step towards a more consistent and fair approach to gun ownership and personal protection across the United States. The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution is not a suggestion, nor is it a privilege reserved for a select few. It is a declaration of a fundamental right that belongs to every American citizen, regardless of their background or status. It is a fundamental right, enshrined in the Bill of Rights, guaranteeing the right of the people to keep and bear arms. This right is not just a relic of the past, but a living, breathing part of our national identity and legal framework. This right is essential to a free society, serving as a bulwark against tyranny and ensuring the ability of citizens to protect themselves, their families, and their property. It is a safeguard that empowers individuals to stand up against oppression and injustice. The right to bear arms is not about hunting or sport shooting, though these are legitimate and protected activities. It encompasses a broader spectrum of rights and responsibilities that are crucial to the preservation of liberty. The Second Amendment ensures that citizens are not left at the mercy of criminals or a tyrannical government. It is a check on power, a reminder that the ultimate authority in a democracy rests with the people. Unfortunately, the Second Amendment is often misunderstood, misrepresented, and chipped away at by those who seek to restrict or abolish it. This erosion of rights is not just a legal issue, but a cultural and societal one, affecting how we view our freedoms and responsibilities. The current patchwork of concealed carry laws is a prime example of how this fundamental right is eroded through a complex and confusing web of regulations. These laws vary widely from state to state, creating a maze that is difficult for even the most diligent citizens to navigate. These regulations often do little to enhance public safety but serve primarily to burden law-abiding citizens and create a chilling effect on the exercise of a constitutional right. The confusion and frustration they cause can deter individuals from exercising their rights altogether. H.R. 38 is a step towards restoring the Second Amendment to its rightful place as a cornerstone of American liberty. This legislation aims to simplify and standardize the laws surrounding the right to bear arms, making it easier for citizens to understand and exercise their rights. It recognizes that the right to bear arms, like all other rights enshrined in the Constitution, must be protected from government overreach and bureaucratic maneuvering. By doing so, it reaffirms our commitment to the principles of freedom and justice that define our nation. In conclusion, while I think this does not go far enough, it is definitely a step in the right direction. I would love to see Congress pass a national constitutional carry bill. The Second Amendment states, "shall not be infringed." Permits are an infringement. You should never have to ask your government for permission to exercise any of your rights. The government was never given the power to regulate any of your rights, least of all the right to keep and bear arms. Any and all gun regulations are unconstitutional. That being said, this is a step in the right direction. Looking forward, we must remain vigilant and proactive in defending our rights. The journey to restoring the Second Amendment to its full glory is not an easy one, but it is a fight worth undertaking. We must continue to educate, advocate, and stand firm against any attempts to erode our freedoms. The road ahead is long and fraught with challenges, but every step we take brings us closer to a future where our rights are fully respected and protected. Remember, the strength of our nation lies in the resolve of its people. We are the guardians of our own liberties, and it is our duty to ensure that these rights are preserved for future generations. So keep the spirit of freedom alive in your hearts and let us march forward with determination and hope. Together we can ensure that the Second Amendment remains a vibrant and unassailable part of our national fabric. Stay frosty, my friends, keep your head down and your powder dry.